Okay, and I'd like to read the preamble from AA if I can. We read this at the start of every meeting here on the Isle of Man, and it just tells you very succinctly what AA is and what it isn't. So Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So if someone comes along to the first meeting, people will be extremely welcoming. You can get a cup of tea, cup of coffee. When the meeting is opened with the preamble, there's different sorts of meetings. You might have a reading from some of our literature or a reflection. We do top tables, which is where someone will share their story, really, their experience of how it was, what happened and how it is now. They share about the solution of AA. You very much learn how to listen in AA. No one will sort of interrupt. Everyone gets space to speak, and no one will sort of come in and share on what you've said. It's an incredible thing. It's not something I've experienced anywhere else. And I think what takes a lot of people by surprise is the humour. It's a place of a lot of laughter, and, we can laugh at ourselves. It's a funny thing. You kind of need that humour in a way, because it is an illness. It's a killer illness. That's what I was going to say before, was that at my first meeting, I heard that you're not a bad person trying to be good, you're a sick person trying to get better. And that just lifted such a weight off my shoulders. It really did. And I heard, about people who were living in the solution and life had got better, and I wanted what they had, so I was willing to do what they did.
Is it a religious organisation? Is there any religious connotation to it at all? Because that's often a perception to it.
It's not so much, it's not religious, no.
It's spiritual.
It's a spiritual programme of recovery. The word God is used in the steps, and I saw that up on the wall in my first meeting, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to die. I literally thought, I've left it too late, is that it? But God is, you choose your own higher power within AA. So, you could be sat in a room, in a meeting next to a Sikh, a Hindu, a Muslim, a Buddhist, you name it, and everyone chooses their own higher power. So the word God, I heard that it could be used to mean group of drunks. And for me to start with, it was the group of AA that was my higher power. I looked around the room and I would roughly calculate maybe how much sobriety was there. And, you might be sat in a room with maybe 80 years sobriety. And I would think, well, that is a higher power than me, who was drinking every day. And so that was what I used. And very soon, with the knowledge that the programme worked and my experience of that, I came to have a faith. What my faith is doesn't really matter to anyone. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. I am spiritual. I do pray and I do meditate.
I think for me, yes, definitely the distinction between spiritual and religious is very, very important. Whenever I came into the rooms, I was very anti-God. I was very angry at him for taking my husband away and different things that happened in my life. But what I loved about when I did come to AA was that, we hand ourselves over to our higher power, and our higher power can be anything. I can't comment what Lindsay's higher power is, and she can't comment on mine, and that keeps any arguments out of it. And the only thing I can say, in AA, miracles, I can't believe I'm saying it, but miracles happen when we're in a room together, and it goes back to this idea that really only addicts understand the mindset of other addicts. People can sympathise, can do whatever, but we share amazing things, lots of laughter, lots of fun, of course, because you have to learn to laugh at yourself. But one of the things I'd like to read here, which is, I think, a very important principle of AA, when I come into the rooms, people help me that didn't have to help me. They went out of their way, and we're taught to do this. So a little bit like Isle of Man, which perpetual motion, that it works because of this. Now, this I'd like to read is, I love when people that have been through hell walk out of the flames carrying buckets of water for those still consumed by the fire. So in every meeting, we take time to reflect for the people that haven't been able to come into the rooms, that are still suffering. And that's really important. That's in our ethos. We know where we've come from, and we know that this is just a temporary solution if we do not work the programme.